Hey everyone, my name's Andy. My channel's Finding Value. If you like commodities, precious metals, uranium, anything like that, and you like making money, subscribe to the channel. We've got great content here, a very good community. We all help each other out. We share picks. And if you like this content, give me a thumbs up. Appreciate it. And leave comments in the comments section about anything. Questions about these charts, questions about certain companies. Go ahead, tell me what you own. Put it in the comment section. I'm going to go over a market update today. It's going to be uranium, gold and silver, and a couple oil mixed in. And I'm going to give you my opinions on what I see in the charts and what I think might have some opportunities. So we're going to go in here. We'll do a market update. I am not going to do any prelude or anything. I'm going to jump right into the charts. So Yamana Gold. So we've broken this trend chart pattern here, broke to the upside. Nice big bullish sticks coming down. Hopefully this thing closed a little bit higher with a big wick on the bottom and the momentum coming up to the upside. I do think that we're going to see a big explosive move to the upside after this back test is done. How long will this back test last? I'm not exactly sure, but we are seeing larger up days and the down days are a little bit smaller. We may have another day or two, maybe not, of this pullback. But we're out of the chart pattern. I would say it's good to go and cost average in if you like these companies in the gold and silver area. This is Teuton Resources. I'm going to make a comment here. We've got a downtrend that broke, big up move, and then you got the small down days, big up move, small down days. So the power's to the upside. We may see this thing pull back one last time and flush out anybody who's got stop losses in here, kind of scare them out of the stock, and then I think it's probably going to take off higher with gold and silver. Next is Ely Gold. The thing that I like here, the big up days, all sprinkled throughout. It means there's a lot of power, buying power behind it, a lot of energy. And we've got the small down days, which means that the sellers are just leaking out. Big punch higher, they're just leaking out. Big punches higher, leaking out. And we're entering a dead period. See how we were kind of oscillating back and forth? And that oscillation is contracting and contracting and contracting over time here. And we're just hitting this dead period right now. This is where I like to buy, are in these dead periods. It's going to be explosive, most likely, coming up to the upside. Next, SILJ. So if you look here, we've got some a previous high right here. Draw it across, it's where this low's coming back. We also see a contraction in the candlesticks here. And what that means is that the buyers are in control and there's not really many sellers here. So we're going to do a little back test here, and then I think what's going to happen is cheetah speeds higher. That's what I think is going to happen. So we want to watch gold, we want to watch silver, and we want to watch our investments here because I've already loaded up. I'm ready to go. I'm just waiting for the move. Here's Laramide Resources, a uranium company. Looking pretty good. We hit this congestion area in here. It was like, I want to go up. Oh, hell no. Want to go down? Hell no. And it keeps going back and forth and coiled up here. So this day went up, closed, down, up, fighting down, and we coiled up and we kind of popped out to the upside here. So we'll see where this thing goes. I think we're probably going to head, maybe it does one of these things up. It's going to go up. Path of least resistance is up. How it does it isn't necessarily important, but it broke to the upside of that little pattern. So that's looking good. Lundin Mining, I know someone asked about that earlier. This one looks exceptionally good. Bullish engulfing. Coming up, big move higher. See these little down days that sprinkled all throughout? The sellers have nothing. They have no response to this up move. There's two little down days here. Sometimes when you have this big up day and it's a down day, we call it a bloody nose. So it's boom. Shooting higher, big up day. The down days are small and mute. This is looking very strong. Another bullish engulfing, move higher. Looking really good. Lundin Mining definitely looks good. This is Diamondback Energy, and I'm switching between sectors here. This is an oil company. They bought out QEP, but I just want to show you we have this little congestion period right here. And see how it kind of all jammed up against this spot right in here, if you were to draw this? And then boom, a break to the upside. Then you can see this thing contract in body length. The momentum velocity slowing. We might get a little tired. Maybe we get a little pullback next, or maybe a move sideways, something like that. But this is looking pretty good. And notice here that we're approaching this area up here too, where there were previous buyers and sellers. This is contango oil and gas. Another thing I want to point out here. See this, how it's coming all to a point right here? It's coming up. Now, this could break to the downside, and we'll have just a teeny pullback, and maybe then it'll head up to the upside. I can't tell you. We've got a bearish engulfing here, and we got maybe a little bearish engulfing here with the momentum coming down. So maybe we'll see this thing kind of come back, but we're in the chart pattern, so this thing could just as easily pop to the upside. So we're right there at that inflection point. We've got a huge downtrend line coming through here. So it's going to fight to try to get above this, and it's a fight between the buyers and the sellers, coiling all up. And which way is this going to break? I don't know. This is one to watch. I'd be watching it tomorrow and see if this thing goes and bolts to the upside, or maybe we bolt to the downside. I think it's probably going to go to the upside, but I don't want to inject my optimism here. Let's just watch the charts. Let's see which way this thing breaks. First Majestic Silver, one thing I wanted to touch on. See all this congestion area back here? We popped up into it. There's a lot of buyers and sellers in here, a lot of sellers. So we're still got some sellers to work off. The sellers don't have much. See how these days are very small in size? I think we're going to see a move to the upside when silver takes off. So I think it's close. MMNGF, another company I like. I'm just looking at the size of the candlesticks, which means that's the power and energy behind this. It's the momentum. Boom, higher. Sellers got nothing. Boom, higher. Sellers got nothing. They're just leaking out and contracting up. We're coiling up. We're getting tighter and tighter and tighter. And it's like, when is this thing going to explode to the upside? Well, it's when silver and gold explode to the upside. Little wick on the bottom, and then we shot up, came back, and maybe it'll just coil up here and go into a dead period before the explosion higher. If silver takes off, maybe we see that explosion higher right off the bat. So MMNGF is definitely one I'm watching. I like the company. It is an exploration silver company. Discovery Metals, another silver company. Another thing I want to touch on. Remember, big up move candlesticks is the energy and power behind the move. This sellers are very small and mute. This looks very good to go up. Because what I'm seeing here, big move higher, small pullback. Big move higher, small pullback. Big move higher. And notice how many days it takes to work its way down. We have two big up moves, 3 sideways little sticks. Maybe it has another one, or maybe this thing just takes off. Maybe it tries to scare you out of this stock where it comes down and then explodes and reverses higher. They like to scare you out of your shares. Don't be that person who gets scared. Come in here with confidence. We've got the inflation is a huge tailwind behind us, and this thing already broke to the upside. I would be a very aggressive buyer. That's what I was in a lot of these gold and silver companies. Here's Paladin. Downtrend break. Now it's just a matter of time before it goes. Bullish engulfing of all these in front of it, gone. See how the small down days, the sell-offs? This is a sell-off, but it went sideways. Very strong, very good move. Paladin looks excellent. URA, downtrend break. We moved up. This thing is going up at ridiculous cheetah speeds. Looking really good. That's URA. Next is URNM. This one's looking pretty good. Got a couple wicks at the top. Maybe it's slowing down a little bit, but I admit this thing's got a ton of momentum behind it. I would not get in front of this thing. Let it go higher. Hold on if you own it. CCJ, we've got downtrend. See this little downtrend there? This thing broke with a massive Hulk smash through power. We're moving cheetah speeds. Now look at this pullback. This is a pullback here, and this is all it could muster. Is this little side kind of down a little bit and sideways movement. But notice, Big move higher, and notice how this thing kind of settles in right here. That is a total move of a big up day coming, or just an up move in general. We had the up day, it had a bloody nose, and we're probably just gonna keep on stair-stepping higher here. It's looking very good for Camco. Global Atomic. Again, remember the pullbacks. Small or sideways pullbacks equal massive strength. So when we see this thing move to the upside, there's a little downtrend here, broke to the upside, bullish engulfing, big move higher, moving up, bullish piercing, moving higher, and we're just got sideways movement here, almost a dead period. I think this thing's gonna continue on up. I don't think you're gonna see this gigantic fall out. We'll see, it looks like it's kind of coiling up here a little bit into a pattern, so we'll see which way this thing breaks. A lot of the companies look pretty strong. I'm guessing it's gonna break to the upside. Obviously I don't have a crystal ball, but it looks good, it doesn't look bad. I don't think this thing's just gonna completely break apart, but we'll see. GoVX Uranium. GoVX, here we go. Downtrend break, bullish engulfing here, looking good, shooting higher. The pullbacks are muted. So this distance traveled here was very quick and very short on high volume. Boom, little pullback. Boom, little pullback. And now we continue to move up. I'm curious to see where this one kind of fizzles out. I think we had a shoulder head shoulder, and it was like 23 or 4 cents or something like that was the bottom end target. So looking pretty good, volume staying pretty high. Looks excellent to me. If you don't own GoVX, ask yourself why you don't. I think it's a pretty good company. Bannerman. So what do we got for Bannerman? What we have is cheetah speeds higher. There's your little pullback, looking really good. See how all these days pulled back within this? Massive power. Moving up. This is dark cloud cover with a rising sun answering it. We're coming back up with another dark cloud cover or whatever. It's pretty small. We have a ton of momentum coming up. So maybe that's all the pullback it's got in it, and then it goes higher. We'll see. We'll see what this one is, but it's in a very strong uptrend. I would not be selling this or doing anything with it. I'd be holding on, and that's what I'm doing. Denison Mines, very strong again. Notice we kind of come to this point right here, and we kind of popped to the upside. Let's see if this thing continues to the upside. But it's looking very strong, looking very good. Nothing to worry about here. URG, so what do we have here? Let's see this thing. Looking all right. Looks like we have a trend line here, and we've got a bearish engulfing, bearish piercing, and a bearish engulfing here. So I'm curious to see if this thing's gonna just come back and roll over here. That'd be one to watch. I would guess this thing's gonna pull back a little bit with this chart pattern. But remember, that's only a statistical probability. There's a bunch of momentum behind here, and it hasn't broken its downtrend. So maybe this is all it's got, and it pulled back. It's going to touch this little downtrend here and move on higher. But statistically, bearish engulfing, bearish engulfing, bearish engulfing, it's showing me that it wants to pull back. That's what I see. So that's what I have for today. Uranium still looks extremely strong. A lot of the oil companies, they're looking pretty good. Everything in the commodity sector is looking excellent. So silver, gold, that's where my focus is on. I think we're going to have some pretty big moves, maybe to the upside here any second now. I'd like to see it really take off and see that monster move, cheetah speeds going up in silver. I think it's just a matter of time before we see it. And when I mean a matter of time, I think it's going to be very soon. Days wise or week, or, a week or so. That's what I've got. If you guys like this content, give me the thumbs up. Subscribe if you haven't. If there's another channel out there that's absolutely killing it, put it in the comments section. I'd like to check it out and see what they're doing. Thanks for listening. This is Finding Value.